Hello everyone, my name is Denise Davies, and today this session is about the introduction to social media. Another type of social media that will have a separate session is called LinkedIn, and we'll talk about LinkedIn and how this is a social network for connecting people professionally versus Facebook, and how this is based on your personal profile. How to have a business-to-business relationship on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and how to share your professional connections. Just let me turn the view back here. And how to participate in industry groups, look for jobs, and also to look for people to fill jobs, and how to share your expertise and build your network through doing that. So that will be a completely different completely different recorded session. Just let me turn the lights back on. In the LinkedIn session, we'll be talking about how to set up your personal profile, add your photo, how to add the connections that you have into LinkedIn, using LinkedIn groups, how to add your company or your business to LinkedIn, how to use LinkedIn recommendations, and how to use the questions and answers to help you build your profile. Another recorded session will be about blogging. And in that session we'll be talking about what is a blog, why should you blog, search engines, why content is king, how to provide information for other people that are seeking it, and how to organize your blog structure. Blogging is a very important tool because it lets you easily write and share photos and videos with your blogging audience. In the blogging session, we'll be introducing the topic of blogging and some ideas of what you should blog about or what you could blog about. How often should you blog? Creating content, the different types of content and how you can create that. Some writing tips and workflow for managing your information that you're creating. Different types of media that are appropriate for blogs and how they can be used. What is a look and a theme when you're talking about a blog? How to respond and why you should respond to comments on your blog. Statistics, how many people looked at your blog, where did they come from, where did they go, did they click on links, and so on. Tracking statistics, and how to promote your blog. Another session will be on Twitter. This is a very popular social media. It's one of the top 10 visited websites in the world. And how can you share and read information on Twitter? What's the features of Twitter? You probably know that it's just a very short sentence that you can put on there, 140 characters or less. So what can you actually say in 140 characters? How do you follow someone to see their posts? And what types of people should you follow? How can you do searches using Twitter? And as a business, why and how does it give you a voice to share your information and to get feedback? And how Twitter helps you to reach audiences that you might not otherwise get access to. In this graphic here, this is kind of my vision of how social media fits together. When we talk about social media, we do need to have basic information about the different types of social media, but it's a good idea to have one place that you think of as being your hub. And if you think of your website as being your hub, this is your website here in the center, each of the things that you do, whether it's blogging or using Facebook or using LinkedIn or creating a video place like YouTube, or adding your photos onto Flickr, for example. All of these should be able to fit together so that you don't duplicate what you're doing and that you get as much benefit from any content that you create over time. So if you think of your network as being like a spider web where everything kind of points to each other, there's a lot of benefit from that, because as far as the search engines are concerned, the search engines like to have links going from one place to another. Now, if you are writing a blog and you link to your website, then that gives extra links back to your website, and it increases your visibility on the internet. So that when people use the search engine, you're more likely to be found if you're using similar links and keywords in both your blog and your website. And the same thing is true with Facebook and website and so on. So each of the tools is an independent thing, but there are ways of integrating the content and getting the benefit of having more than one area that you're reaching out to build your audience. The main thing is not to feel overwhelmed by having too many new things to try at the same time. So don't try and do everything at once, but don't give up either. Start with one social media, whether that's Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. Get comfortable with that. Try it out for, let's say, a month and do postings, set up your profile, get everything in order and feel that you know how to manage it okay. And then the next month add in the next social media. So you might decide to start with Facebook and then add in Twitter. Figure out how to integrate those tools as you add them in, integrating them with your website, integrating Twitter and Facebook, or integrating Twitter and your website, so that they start to work together. And then in your overall strategy, decide what type of content you're going to be posting, and on a regular basis start gathering content, whether that's something that you're writing, photos that you're taking, short video clips. All of these are potential content sources. Start organizing this and saving it on your computer in an easy place to find it, so that as you start with your social media, you'll very easily be able to upload these things from your computer. That's the end of the introductory session for social media. Take a look at this, put your questions together, and then we will have separate sessions, as I said, for each of the different types of social media.